Alright guys, this is your video for your matrices. I will not be doing all of these, but I will do a few from each section so you have an idea how to do it, and I will also remind you how to put it in your calculator. Okay? If you will take a look, if you don't have one of these sheets, please stop by class and get one, or take a quick picture right here, and that way you have it. Keep in mind on number 25 you need to change from GK to GB. Okay? So here you have, and before I go, your dimension is always a row by columns. So look at this one right here. This would be a 3 by 2 because this is 3 rows, 2 columns for each. Just to let you know. So all my data will come from this page right here. Okay? All right. Now let's take a look at A. It says, give the dimension of each listed matrix. So if you look at A, the dimension is going to be a 2 by 2 for A. Right here. See how it's 2 by 2? Okay. Let's pick another one. Let's look at F. What is F? F, which is this one right here, would be a 2 by 3. Just to show you. Okay? All right. Now, I'm not going to finish all of that. I just want to show you that part. On number 8, it says provide the entry for each address. All right. So I see a J here, so I'm going to use J instead. Okay. Look at J. This is your row. This is your column. So it says first row, second column. So what is that entry? It's going to be 1. Let's look at the second one. First row for J. Fourth entry, fourth column is 16. Okay? Let's go ahead and go to 13. Let's look at 13. It says third row. I do not see a third row. This is a 2 by 4. So therefore, this one does not apply. And that's how you do the entry. Okay? Take a moment. I only did the J so you can kind of see how I do it. All right. To add or subtract matrices, your dimension has to be the same. The dimension has to be the same. And if it's not the same, you're not going to have the correct answer. You can just write unlike. All right, let's take a look at number 15. You got an A, which is a 2 by 2, and a B, which is a 2 by 2. Do you see how the dimensions are exactly the same? And since they are the same, you're going to get that solution. Your dimension is going to stay the same. All right, so you have an A right here. Okay, so I'm going to write this to be my A, and it's -3, 4, 1/2, -2. Add to B. What is your B? 0, 10, -5, -1. And all you have to do is, you notice your new dimension is going to be exactly the same. Okay, so let's take a look. -3 plus 0 is -3. 1/2 plus 10 is 10.5, which comes out to be, let me see, what's 10.5? I just went blank. So write 10.5 if you like, okay? All right, which is the same thing as, get out of this real quick. I just went blank, 21 over 2. I thought it was 21. All right. 4 plus -5 is -1. -2 plus -1 is -3. Okay? So there you have your solution. As long as the dimension's the same, you can add or subtract. And that's all you have to do. Now, if you take a look at H and I, okay? Let's look at H and I. H is a 3 by 3, and I is a 2 by 4. So, H is a 3 by 3 plus your I, which is a 2 by 4. Do you see how they do not have the same dimension? So this would be unlike dimensions. You cannot add or subtract those. All right, so let me just kind of remind you how to do some of this stuff. If you go and enter into your calculator, let me clear that real quick, and you go second matrix, okay? And if you right-click to edit, notice how I entered my A. There's your row, there's your column, and you can just enter all your numbers just like so, okay? And then I went ahead and did second matrix, and I went to edit, and I hit number 2, and I hit my B, which is a 2 by 2 also, and I enter my information. That is something that you can do as well. All right. Move on down to multiplication. Okay, let's do a little refresher course. For multiplication, say you have a 2 by 3 matrix, okay, times a 2 by 2 matrix. Notice how these are the same. Different. I'm so sorry. They're different. So what you need to know is that these numbers has to be the same, and this is going to give you, these two numbers has to be the same, and these two is going to give you your new dimension, okay? So just keep that in mind. Now, for this one right here, this is just a scalar. So what you are doing is you're taking negative 3 times your g, which is 1, 0, 0, 1. All you're going to do is you're going to take negative 3 times 1, which is negative 3, negative 3 times 0, which is 0, negative 3 times 0 is 0, negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. And that's your scalar, okay? To do that on a calculator, all you have to do is, I've already entered all my data, so I hit negative 3, second matrix. Do you see how I have my G right here is a 2 by 2, number 7, and that'll give you your information on your calculator as well, okay? But if I ask you to show work, I need to see this part. Same as number 21.